get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Just going to turn up my volume here. All right, so you can just start laying on your backs. So come onto your mat or whatever space you're practicing from. And just begin by taking up some space around you. So maybe spread out your arms and your legs. You can tuck your shoulders under. Find a little tuck in your chin. So just adjust yourself so you feel really rooted, really grounded into the floor. You can close your eyes or just sort of relax your gaze if you like. Try to soften your eyes, your jaw, your forehead. Right, so once you've done that and you feel you're really heavy onto the mat, just starting to just pay a little more attention to the quality of your breath here. So starting to inhale and exhale only through the nose. Breathing in, feeling the front of your body rise and expand. Breathing out, feel the back body become heavier. Inhale, the chest rises, belly inflates. Exhale, try to get a little bit heavier. Good, soften the muscles. And on your breath in, just noticing any places in the body where you may be holding on to tension, feeling a little bit locked up maybe. And exhale, can you try to soften away that tension? Also taking this time just to clear the mind of any distractions, any thoughts that have come up for you. Anything, from your morning or something that's to come. Just try to set that aside for the next 30 minutes. And let's start just by rocking the head side to side here. Back and forth. Just really slow and steady. Try to get that ear closer toward the mat each time. And the next time that your left ear comes to the mat, just hold there. So you're gazing over to the left. Option to extend the right arm away from the body. Press the palm into the floor. Okay, so feel that stretch all the way up the arm toward the neck. Take 3 deep breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, come back through center, and then just change sides. So take the gaze over to the right, extend the left arm away. And then same thing here, 3 cycles. Good, come back through center. You can start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle the wrists and the ankles. Good, walk the heels together at the back of the mat. You're gonna reach the arms up overhead. Point your toes, take an inhale, find a full body stretch. Get nice and long here. And exhale, just relax. Do one more like that. Breathe in. and breathe out. Good. Keep the arms up overhead. Walk both of your heels to the bottom left corner of the mat. Cross the right ankle on top. Walk both your hands to the top left corner of the mat. And then you can just hold on to that right wrist. Bring the chin away from the chest. And we want the backs of both of the shoulders to be rooted into the floor. So if you feel your right shoulder lifting, take a bit of a bend in your elbows. So we're looking to find a gentle stretch here on that right side body. Okay, find about 3 more. And then end of the third, you can come back through center and head over into the opposite side. So bottom right corner, top right corner, left ankle on top, and then holding on to the left wrist. Okay, soften the shoulders. Good, last couple breaths here. And then make your way back. We'll take one more full body stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Good, bring the feet onto the floor. And then one by one, knees into the chest, arms around the shins. You can also just have your hands to your shins or hands to your knees. And just gently squeezing your thighs in here. Try to press your low back into the floor. Okay, so every breath in, try to lengthen down. So rooting the low back into the mat, and then exhale, gently squeeze the thighs in. Maybe rock side to side here. Just working into any tension across that lower back. All right, come back through center. Lower the feet so they are mat distance apart. So feet are mat distance apart. You're going to go ahead and tee the arms out, and now let both of your legs fall over to the right, and then turning the gaze over to the left. So just a really passive spinal twist here. Try not to be forceful, but let your legs be as heavy as they can be. So you're just letting gravity take over here and just try to focus on the quality of your breath. So long inhale through the nose, belly expands. Slow down the exhale through the nose, emptying and letting yourself come a little bit deeper into the twist. Good. On the inhale, come back through center. Keep the feet wide. Exhale, switch. Knees left. Gaze to the right. Just a nice gentle way to create some space into the low back, especially first thing in the morning when we're often a little more locked up. to take 3 more cycles of breath here. Good. So end of the third, come back through center. We're going to do that on each side just one more time. Bring the knees over to the right, gaze to the left. You'll probably notice your knees maybe follow a little bit further. You're coming a bit deeper. The low back starting to loosen up. Okay, just here for 4 cycles. Beautiful. End of the fourth. Coming into our last twist here. So knees left one more time. Gazing to the right. Press down through the backs of both of your shoulders. 4 breaths. Good. End of the fourth. Come back. Just give your knees a bit of a sway here. And then as you come back through center, feet are going to stay wide and just let your knees fall in toward each other. You can have your arms wherever they're comfortable. Good. So just sort of resetting through our low backs. Take a few breaths here. Good. Separate the knees, bring the right arm overhead, roll to the right side. Land there for a couple of breaths. Good. Whenever you're ready, start to transition onto your front into a wide-legged child's pose. So knees about mat distance. Have a seat back to your heels, rest the forehead and stretch the hands forward. Okay, just taking your time, settling into this. Really good stretch across the hips and the low back, chest and shoulders. And just make sure you're keeping your breath, again, really consistent here. Long inhales through the nose. Longer exhales through the nose. Good. Keeping your forehead rooted on the mat, walk both of your hands over to the left side. Right hand can stack on top. So we're targeting the intercostal muscles, the muscles between the ribs along the right side body here. So really press back and down through the hips, stretch forward through the fingertips. Head over to the right side, left hand on top. Okay, let's come back through center. Spread the fingers out wide, press down through the hands. Come forward into a tabletop position. So you've got your wrists beneath your shoulders, your knees under the hips. Fingers are spread wide, neutral spine to start here. So heading into some cat-cows on the inhale, belly drops. Bring the chest forward, lift the gaze up and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, drop the tailbone. Rounding the spine, drop the head and press up right between your shoulder blades. Good. Inhale, coming into your cow pose, scooping through the lower back. Feel the stretch across the front of the body. Exhale to round it out slowly. Good. Try not to rush through these at all. Take your time. Breathe in. Lift it up. Exhale, rounding. Do 4 more. Try to stay with that pace. Good, last one here. Good, so once you come back to your neutral spine, tuck the toes under. You're going to turn your hands around so your wrists are facing the top edge of your mat. Fingers are facing the knees, soften the elbows, and then just start to lean back just to the point where you feel a stretch in your wrists here. This really gentle. You probably don't have to lean back too far. Good, and holding here for 3 cycles of breath. Good, so end of the 3rd breath, you're just going to lean forward, release your hands. You can have a seat back onto your heels, and then just roll those wrists out. A couple times one way, and switch. Good, so from here, we're going to come right back into a tabletop, working into the shoulders and our mid-spines, our thoracic spine. So starting with the right hand, take a deep breath in, reach all the way up, rotating the chest to the right. And then on the exhale, just slowly come back through center. It's almost like you're pressing your arm through water here. So you want to find a bit of resistance. So inhale, arm reaches up, open the chest, rotating to the right, pressing through that water. Exhale, come back through center. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. This time you're going to reach that right arm underneath the left and bring the right ear to the mat. Left arm reaches forward. This is thread the needle for the shoulders. Good, and really press down through the back of that right hand. You can keep your hips stacked on top of your knees, or you can always sit back toward your heels if you like. Slow, easy breaths here. Good. Press the left hand into the floor. Come back through center to a tabletop position. Just resetting here. Make any adjustments you need, and then starting with the left hand. And inhale, reaching up, rotating the chest open to the left. Find resistance. Exhale, push down to your starting position. Good. Breathe in, lifting up, open. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in. Reaching underneath this time on the breath out. And walk the right hand forward. Press down to the back of your left hand. Now keep those hips stacked on top of the knees if you can. Three cycles here. Good. So end of the third, press into the right hand again. Come back through center. Give your hips a bit of a sway here. And then just take a breath in, drop the belly down, lift the gaze, press the heart forward, back into your cow pose. Exhale, round it out, drop the head. Do that just 2 more times, just a little bit of a reset here. Inhale. Exhale. Deep breath in, last one. Long breath out. From your tabletop, walk the knees back, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up to a downward facing dog. So your feet are about hip distance apart. Spread the fingers wide, pressing through index fingers and thumbs. Really good stretch for the entire back body here. You can pedal out the feet here. All right, bring the knees down to the mat. You're going to sit onto either hip and then extend the legs out in front of you. All right, so legs are out in front of you. Flex the feet so the toes are curling back to the face, and you can take a bit of a bend in the knees, especially if you're tight through your hamstrings. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, just hinge with a straight spine. So just come to the point where your back can stay flat. As soon as you start to hunch forward, lift back up, and now just let your hands land. So don't worry so much about touching your toes or reaching for the feet. You just want to come to the place where you feel a stretch in the hamstrings. Your back is nice and flat. Good. We stay here for 3 more cycles of breath. Perfect. Come back up. I'm just going to lean behind you. You can lean back a bit. And then just give the legs a bit of a shake. And then again, sitting up tall, bend the right knee. Right foot steps to the outside of your left thigh. Bring the right hand behind you, nice and close like a kickstand. And then just wrap that left arm around the knee. Good. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, rotate your chest toward the right. Good. So breath in, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, twist. All right, stay here. I'm just going to close my window because the garbage truck is coming down. So you're going to take 3 more cycles of breath. There you go. And then at the end of your 3rd breath, come back through center. You can extend that right leg. Bend the left knee, foot to the outer thigh. So right into the opposite side. Left hand is behind you. Right arm wraps. Tall spine, and then you're rotating over to that left side. So just notice what's happening in your lower back. If you're rounding at all, come out of it, lift up taller. So we're reaching the crown toward the ceiling. Belly hugs in. So this is still an active movement. Every inhale, you're lengthening. Every exhale, you are twisting. And holding here, 3 more breaths. Perfect. Come back through center. I'll take a little counter twist for this one. So just gently rotating over to the right side. And come back through center. Bring the feet together. Knees fall open. This is going to be a passive fold. So you want a good amount of space between your heels and your hips. Sit up tall. And now just let your body round forward. Release your head and your neck completely. So you're probably going to feel a nice big stretch down the entire back body. Just some easy cycles of breath here. Slowly walk yourself up. You're going to close up your knees. Bring your feet in toward the body. Wrap the arms around the shins. Give yourself a squeeze. Tuck the chin to the chest. Got a really tight squeeze here. Take a nice big breath in. And a slow, easy exhale. You're going to do 1 more just like that. Inhale, fill up. Give yourself a squeeze. Exhale to soften. So this is where I will leave you this morning. Thank you for coming to class, and I will be back next week, Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 a.m. And I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thanks a lot, and have a good weekend.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.